Here, bro, if I'm Nafany, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna smash these Aussies, send them back down under, and get them out of the way. Put them in that 0-2 group alongside the likes of IHC, Imperial, and 0-0 Nation. One of these two teams will be joining those other three. It should never be Cloud9. Point final.
Yeah, I think well, you're just doing some French Duolingo, weren't you?
I was. It's almost midnight. I got to keep the streak going.
The streak going. Well, let's see if Grayhound will keep the streak going, the 0-3 streak. But you know what? This match, maybe it's a gimme for Cloud9. For Grayhound, their hopes will still be alive in the event overall. It just comes down to the draw for them. But it doesn't... There's questions to be had even about all the quote-unquote solid teams and challengers this time around, and a lot of that has to do with pressure and everything like that and circumstances. That same thing goes for Furia and Cloud9 and Vitality as well. There's no Navi in phase, right? And I think if there's Navi in phase, that would be like guaranteed, super emo guaranteed they're going to get through. But everybody else, I think, is worth kind of taking a second look at. But okay. What is going on right here? We've already got a player in Suicide on the CT side ready to flank along. Hobbit.
How has he managed this?
This was...
He put on the ring. Oh, what? And luckily he'll finish off aliStair. Sicko's going to turn his attention back and get tapped away by Hobbit. We got that mid push coming through. Nice couple dinks from liaz. But where'd Hobbit get off to? Oh, hiding in his hole. Pops out from behind the rubber. And liaz very much pinned into this fight, hoping maybe that Inns could have come through with something, but he's busy down at the bottom of mid. Quick swap to the USP and a reload needed. Hobbit's not gone. He's stuck around yet again. 4 kills for Hobbit in what is an easy pickup as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, 3 different positions there for those 4 kills, and it's a clean one. So just a very sneaky escape to the top of mid in the first 20-30 seconds. Then some good timing on the wait as they left mid to go work on long. And that's it. Assassinated.
Honestly, I think Hobbit's kind of lucky that aliStair there has the utility and not Kevlar. Because that was just 3 shots in the back, right? Kevlar player doesn't die to that. The
to
fact
be honest,
he misses the headshot?
I don't know where that first bullet went, honestly.
Just kind of...
Yeah, off to the right.
You know.
I'm not sure how that happened.
Shooting duds.
Oh, that nade is actually great. Bounce it off the box, too, to come back.
But it also put Shiro's head on a platter. Hobbit will dunk one onto Inns. And liaz stuck behind the door here. Nowhere to run if you are Grayhound, unfortunately. Y'all been corralled through the meat grinder of mid. Cloud9, 2-0.
Yeah, and no matter what's said in the interview, like Kassad wanted to call out here. Of course, we're going to have the fast aggression, clamping down, and we'll see if that really slows down.
Right.
You know?
Shouldn't.
Always pay attention to what people do, not what they say, right?
It's right, man.
Yeah.
Words mean nothing compared to actions. AKs here for Grayhound and Cloud9 right back to that little bit of mid-aggression. Into the tunnels they'll go. Hobbit, he's going to open up, catches liaz, and it's Inns just around the corner. Oof, Hobbit off to the races right now, 7-0.
My God.
And when Hobbit's getting rambunctious like this, you're about to have problems.
Yeah. He had it was like a rough overpass earlier on the T side, and then I think he bounced back on the CT side. Or what was the game, actually?
Fnatic on Inferno.
Oh, it's Fnatic on Inferno, right, yeah. So first half was rough. Second half was a little better. Okay. They know it's long. T side have been pretty quiet, but also fast at the same time. It's kind of dead on, eating a lot of this utility. Low health bars on all 3 players. aliStair will go for the long plant. Some molly lands on his feet.
Oh, but he got Nafany point blank.
That's good.
Hey, give him a little parting gift. 4v2 retake lined up. Poor Sicko just burned out of his position, loses his teammate, tries his damnedest to gun him back, but it's 4 survivors for Cloud9 as Grayhound will get a bomb plant and not much after.
Yeah. I mean, they got to the site, but I mean, there's so many casualties. It's like, you can just brute force this and get up there, but it's really important that you stay even numbers and work a little bit harder to try to make that possible. And I think they just lost too many things early that, you know, maybe that plan actually feels kind of good. Probably felt like that round was almost over in the first third of it. So T timeout will be called right now. Grayhound to talk about things.
Yeah, it's like the right amount of money where they could pull off some shenanigans.
Yeah, I think you even out just because it's so early.
Yeah.
Like they could buy, but
Meanwhile, Groove having a say. And Greyhound's coach not.
there's a lot of bullets in the toes.
Well, you only need like 6 or 7 of them. Coach Ash, by the way. Coach Ash on the side of... Oh, no, excuse me. That's Gamer Legion. Oops. Coach Kingfisher for Greyhound's camp. So the scout and the pistols. And early eyes towards that B site. C9 leaning on it.
Empty flash here inside of middle, just to listen. And there will be a couple of pairs of boots jumping around. Actually, don't know if they could be heard from that corner of mid. Three in B, not ready exactly to push. It's a deep smoke though from the CT side, so they're threatening it. The congregation of the T's into this A split. So they'll avoid the majority of the CTs. But Shiro earlier today, man, he really got let down by his team. My God, what a performance from him on Inferno.
Yeah, that's kind of a map-winning performance, but not enough.
There's been a couple of letdowns in that perspective. Quesarado really got...
Ooh. Exile.
Well, now it's just Shiro. Now it's just Shiro.
Didn't finish that clear. Nafany towards middle, catches a scout and a second. So this part of the play goes well. And Shiro, I love this, just leaves a smoke on his left-hand side to deal with the long threat. Allows for him to turn his attention toward Catwalk, and 1, a 2, a 3.
Yeah.
Easy does it for Shiro.
It's like a don't try this at home. It's not that easy. Shiro just leaves a perfect angle open for himself and a smoke in kind of a strange spot. And there's definitely a high likelihood he could have died here. But after Nafany finds back 2 kills and we cross the 20-second mark, they have to just get going. And the spacing isn't immaculate. So Shiro just gets back on cycle in time to grab all 3 frags. No stress whatsoever.
Up. Scanning for him here. Shiro, oh my God.
If he peeks just slow enough, he'll get like tagged. But oh, what's happening here? Vexite.
Double entry up inside of the tunnels. 5 versus 2 off the back of that one.
Same strat from round 2. They'll try it again versus better guns and lose. I mean, if the boys are going to get a round start early here, it's going to be this one, it looks like.
And we talked about, you know, actions over words, whether Cloud9 would continue to follow through with aggression. Well, this is the first time it goes south.
Mm-hmm.
The new addition to Grayhound in Vexite. He's never been 0-3'd at a major. Yet.
Yeah, maybe he can kind of prevent it, right? He says 2 kills in this round.
Yeah.
Be the X factor they need.
We'll find out. But as time goes on, Grayhound just grouping themselves on long and still following procedure, right? God forbid you throw a 5v2. Shiro is alive, and so is Axile, right? This is the left-right hook of Cloud9.
Yeah, you don't want to make this like a late round situation for absolutely no reason though, of course, because any small thing goes wrong. Late round utility, for example,
yeah, losing your mid player.
They have a smoke for this site, which they should use. On the best spot for it right now. Flashes are coming, and the CTs are starting to join up. Ooh, another Molly can come down on the planter as well.
So
one on Goose, not covering this exactly.
Sicko flushed out. Alive, though. Oh,
Jesus.
Axile just bends a bullet through the cement. And now this util is going to continue to rain forward. Dude, Grayhound, you better be scared.
Oh, with the boost.
Cloud9 taking a chance with this one. Ince just keeping his head down. Liaz can stay tucked on Goose, and we really just have to lean on aliStair here if we're Grayhound. So Shiro continues to scan the bomb site, but he'll be given nothing until that. Irons gives him a little shoulder.
Does he know about Goose?
I don't think they do. Now they do.
Jesus.
So 4 players from Grayhound go down. You can have the round win. We're just going to take your lives.
Yeah, we're just going to kill your whole family first.
Go ahead. But you're the winner. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Grayhound, it's on the board, but it comes with a heavy cost.
Very, very heavy. Yeah. And I mean, you can just see the fear. I mean, like, it's 5v2. They want to play it right. That's fine. They wait on long control and everything, but they're not even super. They don't have everything covered 100%. And even in a position like this, with the molly's going down, there is still a smoke up to guarantee that plant goes down safely. That's not covered. And they're just like a lot of loose ends. A lot of loose ends. Let's look back at the Gamer Legion match, for example. And it's like they're really crazy aggressive pushes that they did because they worked because they did them fast with conviction. That's what really made the difference versus Vitality. Doesn't feel like Grayhound are going to be willing to play that game right now, but they might be able to jump into that mode once they, you know, get a good round win on the board.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah. Shake it off. I mean, the first thought is always, okay, well, everyone thinks we're going to lose, so why not play without pressure?
Of course, can't help but feel for Grayhound, right? You lose your opening game and you think, well, at least we'll play another 0-1 team.
Yeah,
and
true.
It's Cloud9.
That is a rough draw.
Well. Shiro, though, he could get caught in transition. Yeah, he's making a ton of... Ooh, could have been. Could have been. Missed chance for Grayhound to establish 5v4. Remember, Liaz is low, and we've got Grayhound gunning for this B site. Flash goes over the doors. Both B players die empty-handed. Shiro snips Sicko on the fallback. But this looks good for Grayhound. They've got a bomb plant, they've got mid control, they've got this cat anchor in Liaz, and Cloud9, I mean, they've got a lot of money.
Yeah, even though Sicko misses that shot as Shiro's falling back towards long, he sees that that op is no longer defending, isn't going to be defending mid, is not going to be boosted up on the boxes. He could be the third player over towards the A site, and they just take that small opportunity, they run with it. Dust2 is a simple map, and they don't overthink it. So a nice follow through on that, and Cloud9 know that the rush is coming towards them, so immediately try to press up in a counterattack, take a position inside the window and the door at the same time, and get punished by aliStair. If they, if they successfully get a kill, then they fall back into some new angles. But what they didn't want was a 5v2 on the B site in their final fallback position. So they were looking for an early good angle and then maybe going to transition. But before they could even do that, Grayhound stopped them. Well,
they forced Cloud9 to at least take a pause. But of course, again, right, cash in the coffers, gold stacked high for Cloud9. So maybe just smooth things out.
Yeah, the gold mindset, even though Cloud9 won't admit it, is that they are looking for a really, really strong win, right? They are looking for a meter stick between them and Grayhound so that they can look forward to dominating in the stage, because they are looking to win this entire event. And for Grayhound, a win would be like massive in the same way that it was for Gamer Legion. Their celebration when they beat Vitality, they need the confidence, and they're trying to break this curse at majors of not being able to pull out that
single win.
Sought out single win. Yeah, exactly.
Just one.
So what I'm saying is, if this is 16-14 Cloud9, literally both teams are unhappy.
Damn. Yeah. There are no winners here. Yeah. Axile's going to fall away. aliStair sends one through smoke. No target. And Axile... Oh, he peeks before the molly pops and then extinguishes the flames. Liaz phases out of that long play. Hobbit's going to get aggressive, as he has been. I believe this is being held, or at least it was. He was sitting there and waiting, and now there's like this second layer with Shiro. Oh, peeking down into mid.
Wait, Hobbit isn't spotted, and players could be coming out.
Oh, he sees the bomb go long.
Oh, now he's going to see the cat split coming with the lower player, so he doesn't even have to move.
Wait for the tunnel players to activate.
Yeah, he can just chill.
There's one, there's two. Nice and clean from Hobbit.
Wow.
Just so calculated. Ice cold, in fact. And, of course, even better is he knows the information. Bomb has gone long. Odds are second player's with it. Wouldn't have gone and pushed alone. Axile primed on the cross. Peeks in, takes one with him. And now Nafany just lies in wait. Fire is covered. Clean headshot, at least for Liaz, but it is ultimately Hobbit's playground here in round 7 and Cloud9's 5th win.
So this is a pretty simple maneuver. There is like a slight tell here for Grayhound when they kill Shiro, because unless he's taking an overt risk and peeking into lower, he does have a reason why he feels okay doing that. And of course we see it's Hobbit who's at top of middle. He's opened up to a great angle, but it doesn't seem like they read into that too much, and this allows Hobbit to feel very comfortable, and he knows for sure they're not thinking about it as soon as they run towards long, and they don't cover all of the positions, and he really makes the most of that morsel. I mean, that was such a beautifully played position by Hobbit, and even leaves the molly behind, just to let them know they can't come back, and also that he might still be there, just to be haunting them from behind, but instead goes up cat, kind of duplicates his pressure.
Now look at them. Hard clearing every corner top mid. Hobbit's got the mind games going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to step on the same landmine twice. Then you'd have no legs left.
It's a good-ass landmine, though.
Yeah.
Just goes off again.
Blows up twice. Vexite. Alongside Sicko and aliStair working up mid. Saw a little skin there. Nafany re-peeks that. He is a dead man walking. Or crouching, in this case, but he will instead walk up that ramp. And that's going to open Hobbit to press up close. Shiro just chilling in the open. Sees the util come out, applies a bit of pressure to it. Sits ready and waiting, and connects. And again, Shiro's performance versus Fnatic was just ice cold. So no surprise here, folks, if he guns down all 5, damn it. It's too easy. Vexite, the 3rd in. Missed shot, P250 out. And the long support's not far off. Hobbit comes through with the 2 kills, attacking from Cat. He cleans up. A trio of kills here for Hobbit as he takes to the absolute top of the board, 13-2.
Yeah, his shots are just so fast and so clean that it was kind of all types of shots that Shiro hits so consistently that makes him so fearsome. And then, of course, there's just this handful of operas that are so fast that they can beat each other at any given time, and anybody else is just too slow. And Shiro is absolutely in that tier. And there he is once again. Versus the pistols this time.
And Scout.
And Scout.
We'll see if it comes through. Fortunately for Inns, man. Deck was always going to be stacked against him with Shiro playing as well as he has. And the Cyclops sits on catwalk. One shot and falls out. It's Hobbit who's going to add another to the tally. And Grayhound met by utility if they tried to press up catwalk, so just relegated back into the tunnels. So far, Cloud9 very comfortable in these last few rounds. Kind of getting back to their antics with the Hobbit aggression. 14-2. God damn. He could even line up 2 more here towards mid. And unfortunately for Grayhound, no utility, so it's just going to have to be the dry peek, which nets them nothing other than another casualty.
And an unrecoverable scout as Shiro kind of perches up on an even deeper angle. And now it'll just be the Tech9 left over.
Tries to throw it at him. 4 kills for Shiro as him and Hobbit are going head-to-head for the top of that scoreboard.
Oh, it's just so calm in the worst way possible. Like, they're just kind of floating their way to these round losses, and the aim is so comfortable for Cloud9. I mean, they're shooting hard in a way that's kind of hard to talk about if you're Grayhound, I think, and they're on their 2nd timeout, so of course trying to figure out where they can find something. And it is Dust2, which means, you know, again, you don't want to overthink it. They had one good round where they split B, figured out the rotation, and this map really can just come down to finding out where that 3rd guy is on CT side by controlling the mid doors, whether it's with your scope or any kind of push. And so, I mean, I think they'll find a lot of action, Grayhound, if they try to meet Cloud9 inside of middle. It doesn't mean they'll necessarily win the round, because Cloud9 have really good takes on mid, whether it's their lower B pushes or their cap pushes as well. But on T side, you're looking for 50-50 fights. On DT side, you're looking for 60-40 fights. On T side, you're like, you'll make it a 4v4, 3v3. Oh, and here's a chance.
Yep. Missed chance. Exile.
Yeah, unspotted. Crossing to blue.
Wasn't very cautious. But how about Hobbit? Tucked in the corner. He's only died twice so far this map.
Wonder how they respond to this, actually. So Nafany he was in the push inside of middle. They throw the Xbox smoke to set up the cat split. Smoke will be here for Hobbit to use as soon as that goes up. Just a delay, but still plenty of time for Grayhound, so they're on kind of a good pace at the moment. Touch worried about Cat, but now it's a full long take. And they're going to, it looks like, wait this out, re-molly the car potentially, and work up at the same time.
There is another molly for the car, right?
They missed their smoke. They did have one, but they're not going to use it, actually. It looks like they want to just fight him.
All right, works out. Nafany up next as Hobbit's finally taken down easy. Oh, they try to press into the wall, and Nafany nearly lines up 3. Shiro calling for the boost on smoke. Sicko's got car, but Shiro kills Vexite in sight. Bomb is down. 20 seconds. Somebody has to sprint for that bomb site, or they're going to pick up all these kills. They've got both the CTs spotted, but they're not able to get kills just yet. And Inters tucks back into the spawn, comes at the fight. Ins is in the open. 1v1 for the round. Oh, it's sloppy, but Grayhound get it.
Oh, man.
And Inters decides to go guns blazing in the 1v1.
Okay.
That's a third at least for the Aussies.
Yeah, there's definitely some nerves there, but it ends up working out. I mean, it's Inters who doesn't do a lot of damage in that position. Really wanted that headshot. I couldn't find it. If he had tucked, he probably has an easier round. And right here, it's actually Grayhound's missed smoke that allows them to do the flash peek. And as soon as the flash comes out, everybody goes towards the wall. It's the natural thing you do. And he just started shooting into the smoke. That was really smart to capitalize on Grayhound's little error. That is still a Grayhound round. And a 5v4 conversion. I'm thinking maybe they didn't re-molly the car in case it gets re-smoked, and then they have to wait even longer to go for the approach.
Right, I was thinking that. There was Shiro's smoke not far away. But here we go to the B site, all right? New territory. Oh, Lord. They don't clear Inters. Liaz, oof, he gets the quick trade, and Sicko puts down Nafany without him getting much. But Hobbit, hello, just comes through the doorway, runs through the smoke, and instantly stuffs all 3 remaining players. It's a triple kill for Hobbit, as he now has 17.
Oh, that's a quick one. I guess he did get into that corner very early in the round, which they weren't anticipating, but you've definitely got to clear that on your entry protocols, especially if your first guy doesn't see anything. And they got laser focused on this entrance, and I think maybe the window player or whoever was throwing that molly. So Inters is eating good on this round. Full house between him and Hobbit. We're back to square one with the pistols.
Oh. Hobbit will find Sicko, but that's it. So considering there's Glocks on the field, Grayhound will take that. They can go and collect the AK if Axile's not able to maintain it. And sure enough, now in the hands of Vexite. Flash comes around the corner, but it's an easy mop-up here for aliStair. He's got aliStair pinned in the corner. They're throwing nades at each other, and aliStair presses through. I love that, you know? Oh, I love it indeed. A follow-up headshot and an open A site to boot.
Yeah, they killed the 2 players that were there. No one was over on long.
He juggles the gun over for the bomb planter as well.
Hell yeah.
Let's go aliStair. On for the ace. Unarmored, starts with the Glock.
Ooh, true.
Into the AK, gets 2 kills, including a beauty of a tap. And now it's just Inters here on Cat. Shadow advantage. Still alive.
Used a lot of bullets.
Shiro's running up long real quick, and he knows, of course, that Inns is deep on Cat. Shiro has all the grenades in the world. Smoke, double flash, and a kit. Not to mention, Inns throws one out, so it'll come down to the wire, but oh, Shiro just caught, kind of standing in the open.
Oh, he thought it was a long plant, and it was planted front single, so his smoke is off.
Awkward.
Awkward indeed.
Not going to be what he wants, but another weird one for Grayhound to grab.
Yeah, that's, well, and they do that. They do it on a half buy as well.
Shout out aliStair, one time, 4 kills.
That's a whole hell of a lot of impact. He definitely could have got chased in that corner, and he really just turned that fight around and said, okay, if you're not going to hunt me properly, I'm coming for you.
Okay, that's pretty ferocious. Fighting for everything, round by round. That's 4. And it's a better buy than what Cloud9 could piece together. This is an opportunity. Come on, Grayhound, grab it. Silence the naysayers. Axile, though, on the smoke. Flashbangs don't find their mark, and so that is way too easy for Axile. Follows up with the nade damage. Vexite's days could be numbered. Ooh, but he actually wins the duel, so open door towards long. 2 more CTs already in position. But unfortunately for Grayhound, man, all 3 players walking wounded. 1 bullet will finish off Inns in mid. But Nafany turns his back and runs away. That's an open invitation. Look, they're trading nades. Oh, perfect chance. Kills Hobbit at least. Inter's yet to strike. He can play it patient. No rush here, right? Serving up all this distraction means nothing as long as Inters brings this back and will. Grayhound moving from long towards top mid.
And now Inters knows that they were going to go for that mid B with him out mid. And the CTs will spread.
Shiro in position, in time. aliStair's got the answer back. Hey, throw the Hail Mary. Hit this A site. All you have to do is best Nafany off the flash, and you've got yourself the plant. He drops CT, will not get spotted. Jump peeks into sight. He still has time. Oh, but he's got one more shot, one more chance, and he just missed it. Nafany playing games as he peeks between those boxes. Cloud9, they're 9th.
Yeah, I gave him just enough that he had to participate, but it was too hard of a shot to hit. So really well done there for Nafany. I like how aliStair's thinking, though, in the clutch, and he really did try his best to squeeze water from Stone. A nice attempt. And Vexite's phase of the smoke here was a key maneuver, it seemed like, on top of Inns finding that lurk outside of middle at the same time. But overall, we still had numbers for Cloud9 through all of that. And it looks like Grayhound are going down to their last timeout here in the first half. And just using them on T side is becoming more and more common, just trying to get as many as you can on the harder to call rounds. CT setups are usually what's the tactic this round on top of what's the setup, but that stuff is understood in preparation. Sometimes the T attacks can be a little bit more improvised and layered and have some reactions and some reads based on what the other team are doing in their setup.
Ooh, nice shot. Oh, tried to track it, but looked like a little bit of aim punch. Inters gives good cover on the op. As he grabs it off Shiro's dead body. Hobbit already attacking Grayhound from behind. He spams them through smoke. Give them a chance. Liaz there gets sweet revenge for his dead teammate. But now suddenly Vexite, bombing the smoke, CTs all around them. Inters serving up distractions with his jumping op shots. And Liaz will be the last man left. So they just kind of trickle into that B site, and Hobbit really throws a wrench in the works. Rude.
Rude, very rude. 20 kill half for Hobbit.
And going.
Been a bit of a farm for him. Yeah, it's another round to go. Leah's on the hunt. Eagle did well earlier on, but Exile will put him down, just seeing a shoulder through the door. And into round 15. It's a bit of a stat hunt here for Cloud9, feeling comfortable pushing things. Really getting in the faces of the boys at the moment.
Clean dig. but shady buy. Grayhound, it's all they've got to offer us. 3 Galils, a scout, and a Tech 9, and a push towards long to start. It's Hobbit at the helm. Good amount of Molotov damage, and a beauty of a Tech 9 shot. So there, take Hobbit down a notch. Sicko is gonna follow. Missed shot from Shiro. Ooh.
But one back that lands.
Yeah, this suddenly looks like Grayhound could go ahead and nab another, but Nafany gets the kill onto Vexite.
Jumping.
Bomb falls on Cross. Oh, this is weird. Low HP for 2 of the remaining 3 of Grayhound.
The Ops got good cover, but the smoke is really good right now. I mean, they can fight Car kind of openly. I don't know if they'll think about it. As his teammate gets in a new spot coming up, Cat.
And that Cat peek now spotted. Oh, man. Oh! Okay.
That was a really nice read of that rotation.
So sick.
As Nafany looks to get into a better position and Inter is just kind of shut out. But this is the last round situation. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
let's see
going
it.
for this.
Come on now.
Inter's on the op.
In a 1v3 turned 1v2.
Okay.
aliStair, a singular point of HP.
Oh, he only has a scout.
Yeah, not
Interesting.
ideal. So P250 will knock over aliStair with ease. And then it becomes about finishing off Liaz, who is currently in the open. That scout connects already, so Inter's now... This one's going to be tough. Grayhound going to grab a 5th round win by the looks of things at the very end of this T-side. It was tough to keep up with Hobbit as he just came out swinging, right? From the pistol round towards top middle, aggression after aggression. Yes, Grayhound turned them back every once in a while, but anomalies are the round wins of Grayhound Gaming. It is Cloud9 with the comfortable 10-5 as they'll take to the offense in a moment. And so we find ourselves about to begin the final half of day 1 of the IEM Rio Major. And unfortunately for Grayhound, it was always destined to be an uphill battle. Odds stacked against them, public opinion at an all-time low. But they got 5 rounds, and maybe 5 rounds will be enough if they can pick up a pistol, follow through. It's just the fact that it is Cloud9 on the other side of the server. It could have been an easier draw if things had gone differently, but it's hard mode for the Aussies. And the boys sit over here towards this A site with originally 3. They're going to leave aliStair behind the car as they head elsewhere. And if he goes unchecked, then maybe magic can happen. For now, they're walking up along long, Cloud9. They're keeping eyes on it. They cleared the corner. aliStair has gone unchecked, successfully undiscovered, and he blasts away the first 2. Inns is going to catch a couple kills, and ladies and gentlemen, Grayhound ain't dead yet.
Yeah, they're not dead yet, and you know this is a 6th right there.
Let's go!
And definitely, I mean, aliStair's got some cool kills in that first half. There's a cool pistol round now in the second half, and they got a CT side to look forward to, and you know. It's looking up. He's
been the guy, right? He's had a few snappy op shots across the first half as well, some scout damage. It's like if there's anything that might kickstart Grayhound's comeback, feels like it's got to be him, and hell, that's a great pistol to do it.
He's clearly a fast opper. He showed some, you know, smart moves in the clutch that he kind of came close to pulling off as well. Yeah, there's something there for sure.
But you've still got Shiro to deal with, and while Shiro's teammates have nothing but Glocks, his scout has already tagged 2.
Yeah, this would be actually insane if they pulled it off. But enough scout tags, that can wear you down. That can erode even the best players with the most stuff. And, you know, it's basically like if you're on a screen, you're going to get tagged. That's the kind of day Shiro's been having.
Man's just walking around scoped in.
Pretty much the year he's been having, honestly. He's just insane form at the moment. So many great all-time scouter oppers are just on form at the moment, and well, okay, there he is, Inns.
Nafany got in his way, and Inns, he's got a scout of his own. Damn it!
That was hot.
Bomb gets thrown over. We got 2 T's stuck behind boxes. Hobbit has walked into the B site. I don't know what Hobbit's up to. He's on a journey of his own.
It's a lot of map control for players with no nades.
To Mordor and back again. Oh my god, there's damage here. There's damage to be capitalized on. Hobbit, he's going to continue to tap it. Enters. Oh my god, 1v1 against Liaz, who's got the high ground. Scout shot misses. Little further done. Enters almost.
Christ.
A round they should have never even come close.
That's 67 health. One more scout tag, he was dead. Oh my god, that's just insane.
Grayhound dancing with death.
Very scary. But yeah, that was Shiro getting a headshot scout, 2 tags, and then what else? Glocks.
Glocks. Yeah. That's headshot.
This shot, man.
Look, it's in his chest.
Yeah.
And then it's in his head.
Oh.
Every time, dude.
It's the smallest flicks.
Those micro adjustments.
Stressful right there for Liaz.
But he followed through.
He did.
You know, Liaz is actually, in fact, one of the more experienced players of Grayhound, right? His addition to this team, it's like, who's aliStair's right-hand man? It's in the kill feed yet again. Liaz starting off CT side pretty well. And Grayhound as a whole, from pistol win to conversion, to now having to fend off on what is the long onslaught. Cloud9 with man disadvantage have a little bit of control here with Pit.
Yeah, this is something nice. There's actually not that many nades to defend with. It's mostly smokes for the CT side. And 2 HEs might cause a difference. Not having any mollies could be a problem. In this position, 2 smokes remain for the T side to perform the cross, and they're getting ready to make this fast. So yeah, this is the right idea. Inns is setting up a one-way on the site that they can jump up on. This is one Nitro likes to use a lot. But actually, Cloud9 have not used their smokes yet. Really annoying of them, because there's still 45 seconds. But with 2 smokes remaining here for the CT side, actually, where are they? 6 and 8. It looks like aliStair can one-way from the site for himself as this cross takes place, yeah.
Oh.
So close.
But Hobbit still alive. Ooh, finds the headshot. aliStair's got the trade.
Yeah,
Inter's looking to cross over with the bomb. But now everybody's coming on the side of Grayhound. They've got the boost in the smoke. They've got the box held.
aliStair
And
doesn't have a
they
smoke
wait.
for himself on elbow.
What the hell,
Oh my
Axile?
God.
Just rounds the corner dry. Op shot connects into Vexite, but CT's swarming. Inter's just wants the plant, and it's not going to happen. Liaz in with 4.
Yeah, okay, so really well done. That was just a game of scarcity right there with the amount of utility left over. And Cloud9 tried their best to game Grayhound, but again, with no mollies, it's a little harder. But with the smokes, you know, they can one way, as we can see, aliStair is trying to wait up here off the corner of the baskets with his smoke so he can fall back to elbow. And his teammate throws the initial sight smoke to slow things down even further. So they do a good job of just being present, being there, being active without overcommitting, and then keeping their smokes, which are the key things to stop the full-on long takes from taking place.
Are Grayhound doing what I think they're doing?
What do you think they're doing?
Winning.
Winning? Winning the map?
They're on the brink.
On the brink.
They're on the brink of getting 9. Then the lead's gone, and it's CT side.
That would be like saying that Gamer Legion could be Vitality.
But I mean, who would...
But it's actually not, though.
No, it's not.
It's just a little bit farther. It would be
It
even
is.
great. Oh, God.
It is, because the Tech-9s are real.
How do you even do that? Get a Tech-9 headshot and a K-sharp from that distance?
I don't know. Simply a different beast, but it's a bomb plant at least. And Vexite thinks about pressing through. Inter's going to get real comfortable, real close. You can smell him on the other side. AK of Shiro's just kind of sitting back on plat.
Oh, there's no one coming from tunnel. Shiro has the best spot possible. If Enter swaps out, if he pushes out, gets a gun, and the CTs go the wrong way, this could be a problem.
Oh, God. Oh, God. aliStair, he catches
Jesus,
it close.
nice.
Oh, but Shiro taps away too. 3 kills, times of the essence. aliStair comes through with the second, and it's okay.
Jesus.
It's okay, everybody. Grayhound have 9.
Yeah, yeah. Shiro made that really scary.
Whew.
aliStair saved it in the end. And Grayhound get a little closer. That wasn't a lot going into it. There's obviously another buy coming up here for Cloud9. T-timeout will be called the second one of the map. They're probably talking about how they actually almost won that. And Shiro, obviously, a fantastic rifler on top of an Opper as well.
Right.
He just has such a low DPR. He's keeping that op open a lot, but he's just as sharp on a rifle when they need him.
Zywoo-esque.
Zywoo, Simple, these are all players that Zywoo and Simple are 2 players that if they didn't have an op, they'd still almost certainly be able to be top 5 players. Just that level of eliteness, of course. Not everyone can say that, but
Anybody else in that category? Simple, Zywoo, Shiro.
Well, Shiro we'll see. Yeah, Shiro.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Guns up, and Grayhound getting aggressive. Little peek and pry and prod into mid. aliStair now residing in the tunnels. Hobbit toying with the idea of that first smoke, as he did find a little pocket to play from, but the second one goes deeper. And aliStair, he's got a lot of info. There's actually a player up here. Nafany tucked behind the right side pillar. So even if he kills Inters, then maybe suddenly Nafany turns attention. But what if the B-side player pushes? Sicko's going to come in, find Nafany traded out instantly. Remember, Hobbit dies in the meanwhile, so that's going to put a bit of pressure on Cloud9 to move away from long and maybe attack through mid.
Yeah, but how are they reading the map right now? We got 2 and B, and Inns is just landed a Molotov from the CT spawn, so I don't know if they go above him or if they think that this... Ooh, there's an active push here coming in from Grayhound. Inter's watching it. He's got a good angle to get one. Vexite trades him out, and now they've got to be worried. Is there a race out middle to try to crunch into Vexite? And they're going to look to support him. Great shot from Shiro, clean as ever, with the bomb as well. Little risky, but it's the one they needed.
Yeah, someone had to do it.
And Vexite's playing outside the site. This can be tiny bit risky because if they get shoved out of the site, like a smoke lands in the door, there's no retake utility here. And this could be very well a mistake. We'll see how the duel comes down. Vexite finds an angle and the timing. And
and
the shot is
both!
good. Wow, he grabs Shiro. Shiro misses for once. And Vexite wins the round. Really well done.
They don't put the smoke down. They just try to dry cross, playing it cheeky and sneaky and looking for the kill in
car.
sight.
They thought he was playing car as people do in late round situations, and he played outside the site. So
Dude. And I thought this with Shiro's kill towards middle and that walkout on from tunnels. Again, if smoke goes down, Vexite has not much to offer. Maybe a blind spray through instead. But I thought it was going to be a tragic tale of, damn, Grayhound could have got a 10th. They follow through. This game is tied, and we've only got 10 rounds of regulation left.
That's true.
CT side has now won 5 in a row. Cloud9 yet to win a terrorist round.
Yeah, this would be more than an upset.
And the collective anxiety of Grayhound 03 pickers can be felt in the air.
Well, we saw, what was it at the Armor? What was the enormous, was it Sharks?
That was
Sharks. Yeah, at the the Showdown, Sharks Complexity?
Yeah.
Was that the one?
Yeah.
I don't...
167th ranked team takes down.
Yeah, so in some sense, this doesn't stand to it, but this is... We're talking about like magnitudes better, like compare complexity to
Massive.
Cloud9, for example.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive. This would be one of the biggest possible upsets that could happen at the Challenger stage.
Just in majors ever.
And the fact that we're in the back third here, 10 rounds left, woof. We got to take it seriously. Vexite, another chance to shine. He catches one and a ton of damage. Nafany gets finished off by Sicko, who gets the headshot on Hobbit. The late tunnel play from Inters, and Axile's very cautiously still in mid. No kill from him, and Inters needs the clutch or Grayhound have a lead. Inns is going to waste no time. He holds off on door as the flash pops, Galil's up, and Grayhound are in the lead.
No way. Oh my god. That was a good round. Vexite's finding some good timings, man. That's his 1 kill. Sicko, shout out to him for his 2K. And the B site hold is there. Not a single T round here for Cloud9. Back to Tech9s once again, as they have been bottomed out. Happy to get that plant. Actually, no. They might invest. They might invest here. Wow. Look at this. It was Shiro was holding on to that. Somebody asked him to pull out a nade. I don't know if he needs to re-smoke CT spawn. And that's actually why it was probably open. He went to re-smoke CT spawn. Axel was holding it. Then they ran out and fought him a little bit earlier. So that one Vexite push not only netted a kill, but also compromised Axel in his position. Really changed the round.
Dude. aliStair continues to put up the numbers. Liaz not far behind him. Those two. Those two right now are hitting Cloud9. Hobbit. He's going to be playing around bottom mid. They've got no map control. Nobody top mid. Nobody on long. But Hobbit catches the back of Vexite, so it's 5v4 Cloud9. And Hobbit, I mean, he was the king of those mid plays on the CT side, so he gets wind of Vexite's shenanigans. Sicko on the backside. These are those kinds of moments where bodies line up, but he only gets one. Hobbit strikes another down through mid right before smoke pops, and there's no way for Grayhound to get back to that B site. Cloud9's T side has broken through.
Yeah, they pulled it off. Man, I wish I could feel like Grayhound will come back into this game. When it came to Gamer Legion, they looked good in both halves.
Sure.
So they had also a strong start, and it wasn't so much of a comeback. I just saw so little energy from Grayhound in that first half. I feel like that's got to catch up to them, and I just haven't seen too many troublesome signs as opposed to just some good rounds here from Grayhound. But Cloud9 still look okay, and now they pulled out a strong one. So I'm going to hold my tongue, but of course, we're talking about Grayhound officially in the lead until this bomb goes off, and a team who are literally 5 rounds away from closing it out. Maybe it's Nafany trying to prove his prophecy true to James, okay? That anybody can beat anyone. Yeah. James, I can't tell you that we'll win. I can't tell you. And I can't tell you why I can't tell you. But believe me, please.
Anybody
they can beat
anybody.
Us. They can beat us.
Just to be right, he's going to let this one get close. Exactly. That's what's going on here?
Just to spite James, he's going to...
Oof.
I don't know.
He did kind of criticize himself and his calls from that Fnatic match to start the day. But the thought of Cloud9 at 0-2 when Grayhound would be 1-1 just seems shocking. So, I think you said it best, man. We'll bite our tongues. We'll let Grayhound do the talking.
Ooh,
aliStair.
Nice push.
Yes. Beautiful.
In and out.
Catches Axile, falls away, welcomes the peek. Come get some. He holds the angle And Cloud9, I'll give them credit, have been silent in the tunnels.
They heard the flicker of the scope, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Sick spot.
Vexite grabs one. He's over on A now.
Hobbit goes down. And remember, I think last round, the reason that Cloud9 so easily walk away with what was their first T-round win was Hobbit in mid, catches Vexite pushing top middle, finds that first rotator. You know, he was the anchor that kept Cloud9 in control. Well, now he's dead. And Grayhound have a 5v3, and now we start to think economic ramifications. There's money here for Cloud9 to reinvest, but damn if you don't feel like that door's already closed. They're gonna try to smash their way up catwalk. Vexite, time to deliver. Nafany, hands busy, enters not further, but still able to at least trade. Something to work for Cloud9. Now Shiro's alive and kicking. And I mean, he's been so good today. He's gonna keep on creeping forward as aliStair seems preoccupied with the cap play. The timing here for Shiro could work, but the taps aren't on the mark. The AK betrays him. Inters comes in with the kill on sight. Now that opens up the bomb, but there's a flank. There's a flank here from liaz. He's holding for it, and he has to run through fire. He's got that safe plant down. More utility, pressuring Inters. He's gonna be burned out by liaz, and it falls to the shoulders of Shiro 1v3. Does he even chance this?
The bomb is planted well for him, and he's hoping they're going to take their time. He's running around all the way to Cat.
No way.
And it looks like they haven't stuck it yet because they're really wondering what he's going to try to do, but there's no time for him to pull this off. Yeah, they've organized to... Oh, he had a molly.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Grayhound come through with the retake. Shiro opts to go for the cap play, but the timing betrays him, and Grayhound that much swifter.
Yeah, I think he just thinks, if I sit here, I'm getting triple peaked, it's over. I'm getting high-low peaked, I'm getting 2 on the site, one beneath, and it's just done. Let me just try to go for something, but it's 3v1 at the end of the day, and this is where the round is won. Once again, Vexite with the perfect timing push. I think he doesn't have that much volume of kills, but the kills he's gotten have been incredibly impactful. Full credit. Sicko gets tagged on the cross. It's a full buy again for Cloud9. But they are officially fighting for this win. There's just so many CT rounds won here from Grayhound.
Damn. 4 of their 7 by way of retake. What? And aliStair just keeping this up. Again, sick shots within that first half.
That was wicked.
You know, the makings were there, but there was just no follow through.
That's an insane flick, man. Wow.
And yet, from start to finish, we've seen aliStair pumped. And then there's the reality check. Here's Shiro, top mid. Shuts him down. He can get 1, but that's it.
That was a disgusting flick, man. Wow.
Nasty.
Okay, well, long split could be oncoming, and they have foregone long control as well. Now they're fighting towards Cat. They show both of their persons. This is going to be very difficult to trick the T's. Axal playing way back, looking to come in maybe 30, 40 seconds based on where he is right now. So he's putting pressure on his teammates to get this plant off. In's looking for Axel, but Axel just moving to a new outpost. How far does he push?
He right in, gets a dink. That's low HP. liaz about to get popped by Hobbit. Sure enough, tries to turn attention towards long, and it costs him, but here comes Sicko on the retake, and Shiro instantly in with the trade frag versus Vexite, so 12 health, all that Sicko has left, and this game goes back and forth for 4 consecutive rounds. Yeah. Cloud9 second on this T side, but what if Axile doesn't survive with 8 HP?
And what if liaz doesn't hit that corner and turn around as he's walking backwards watching the A site for that long? There were very tight margins for sure on that round.
Whew. But it belongs to Cloud9 nonetheless. Tied game at 12. We go again.
We're just watching 2 even strength teams go at it.
Yeah, Grayhound and Cloud9.
Oh my god.
As expected.
Wow.
Hobbit's going to put an end to Sicko.
But listen, if Vexite is new and Vexite is, you know, part of the first win in however many majors for Grayhound, then I think there is something there, because so far from the rounds I've seen, he isn't playing scared. He is taking his timings, and he's also hitting his shots. So that's some pretty impressive stuff. I think definitely him and aliStair have shown up a lot in a big way this game to help out liaz, who's been a very long-standing, prominent Australian figure in the scene.
Yep. Part of the, you know, dissolving Renegades roster.
They got Groove talking. They got Cloud9 on a tech pause.
They got
Look at this shot. Oh man, that shot is that's filth, man.
Everybody has to do their job now for Cloud9. And I mean, we kind of alluded to it at the start of this match, right? A 16-14 win for Cloud9 doesn't feel good for either team.
Yeah.
You know,
No, they're going to be tilted if they win, even if they win this match. They're already tilted no matter what happens tonight.
so Grayhound going to have to, unfortunately for the Aussies, take a step back with this one. Sicko comes through with the frag and the 5-7, chucks the nade to no avail. Probably just use it to cross. He's got that close left position here. 5-7 can be a real nasty sidearm, but he's going to go down with nothing. It's the USP of Vexite instead.
Wow.
And now he gets swarmed. Rifles charging forward as Hobbit absolutely does not want to lose. He has been making round-winning plays on both halves. He's been at the helm of a lot of pushes. 27 kills to Hobbit. Make it 28 as Axile churns through a couple of kills towards mid. It's Cloud9 back with the lead, but as expected, Grayhound had to hold off on the buy, and now the purchase shines through.
Yeah, and we'll see if reality sinks in, but at the same time, I mean, this is Grayhound already showing very, very good rounds in the second half already. No reason they shouldn't be able to pick up where they left off. I mean, I don't think there's anything special about the way in which Cloud9 have won these last few rounds, or they've just fixed some problem that was there that they couldn't see. No, I think they've just played better and even had some tight timings where they were a little bit more fortunate. And there he is, aliStair, show up on your screen once again with another 5v4.
But this B site, bro, it's Sicko and it's Vexite on an MP9. Vexite's been tagged up already. Sicko delivers, though. Ooh. He's lost his teammate, so it's all him right now. Drops the nade, chucks the flash, rotates sprinting over in Ince and Liaz, and all of a sudden, Cloud9 stagnate on the exit of the tunnel. Hobbit takes to the top of bricks. How much does he have to do? Tries to catch Sicko in the corner, and that Molotov's gonna burn him, but now Hobbit's exposed to everybody else, and Sicko goes wide with the USP. Axile trades it, and they both dive back, but aliStair's already got their number through tunnels.
Oh, and there's a smoke that comes down at the end of tunnels. Immense control here from the CT side. The rotation is enormous, and they didn't hear it as they run back all the way through spawn. They need to turn eyes back to mid and make sure that the cross back can't happen, but aliStair isn't doing that. So there's actually a chance here with the op in play that Cloud9 can get to a point at long where they can start opping any curious CTs. The first one, of course, will be Liaz, who has now made his way over.
And he's tucked. Or so he was.
It's a situation where Shiro and Axel, they're low, but Shiro's op.
Liaz gonna play this in the open. Again, you know, couple bullets from the M4 for each player. They're dead.
Are they gonna run boost? Ooh, they are.
Yikes. There he goes. Oh, it's not
got by. The bomb got by.
3 health. A run boost for 3 HP. Bomb down, retake
No
needed.
nades, and an op and spawn, and the long player is coming out now. aliStair with his op.
Shiro's exposed to it. He's going hunting down in spawn. aliStair toying with the corner. Shiro, he would have heard that. He's ready. It's an op duel on long that could spell the difference. Shiro hits the first one, dives back around the cover. Liaz up next, and Shiro wants to get into that pit. Liaz finds the headshot, finishes what he started, and puts Grayhound right back into the tie.
Oh my god, they're actually
13 all.
so close. Bad. That opening kill from aliStair just to breathe some confidence back into the team. They can still keep it going. That's tough, man. Oh my god. Seriously, in the second half, every bit is good. I mean, I'll say that much. Look at this, as they try to hunt down. They don't put the smoke down in the door as they're trying to suss out a guy inside of the car.
Right?
They're getting
Crazy.
jumbled up inside of the tunnel. It's not like them to get flustered in this way. It's got to be just pure disappointment from Cloud9. It's like the last thing they are is a team that get tunnel vision, right? They're the team that makes you tunnel vision, and then you forget about something. Ooh, opening for aliStair.
They're coming.
Miss.
Oh,
yeah.
they're chasing all the way, and Nafany just gets that last bullet in. aliStair's been impactful on the op, but now it's in the hands of Ince. Oof. Cloud9 want long. Not much to stop them. Ince versus Shiro.
Yeah, this is
what a daunting task.
This boost is sort of empty because they just have to either take a risk and assume it's a 5 long setup, or well, the more time they get, this players in lower tunnels can help them out with Cat, and then they can gear up. It's still a losing position. You know, you can't get this confused from the CT side. They're down a player. And with full nades here from Cloud9, they're going to look to make this as methodical and careful as possible. They know they have the time, they have the utility, they have full HP, they have an AWP here. They know that Grayhound are going to take some kind of risk and will probably be 4 on site waiting for them. In their mind, they think they should still win. That's how Cloud9 approach the game. We'll see.
Ready for the peek as Ince walks unsuspecting right into it. Liaz just got spotted on the edge of that. We've got Vexite off the top rope. Drops an elbow onto Shiro. Huge scalp and a second from Vexite. A push through from Liaz. It's Inter's in the sight. Sicko's got the box covered. It's a 2v2 to get 14 for either team, and now it needs to be Inter's. He's pinched, he's poked, and now he's hoping that he can get the best of Sicko, but that's the distraction for Liaz, and Grayhound 2 away.
No way, they persist. Vexite, I can't believe that move on the site. It looked like it was all over when Hobbit found one straggler coming off the site, not knowing how deep Cloud9 had gotten. And then Vexite comes through with a 2K. Through a smoke with prescience, understanding where the second guy is going to be, the perfect clear on Axel. He's not the guy you catch off guard ever. And then he has Liaz right behind him, and it just gets worse and worse. I can't believe they maintain numbers. That's a 4v5, and they lose aliStair, the guy who has, in the kill matrix, been able to bring them to 5v4 consistently.
Hobbit hits 30 kills off that round. Shiro at 25 behind him, but it's aliStair and Liaz at the top, and imagine if that hinge smoke gets punished. Dude, Cloud9 shaking in their little Puma boots. And that nade on Hobbit makes his job even more difficult, as if he didn't already have to carry. Grayhound have numbers on this A site. They've got long under wraps. But they have waning utility. It's down to a single smoke, incendiary, and a quadruple flashbang. So guns up for Grayhound.
Cloud9 have no power. Okay, listen, the nades are low here for Grayhound as well, but Cloud9, I mean, it's literally in this empty waiting game between both teams. Trying to wait until it's time to exec, but they don't have any utility to go for fakes. CTs are scrambling around trying to figure out what's happening. Oh, so much damage here done by Ince. Will even survive the drop. Yeah, he gets in. Nafany, sliver of HP, down to 15, but they have CT control, and they're coming on to B.
And Sicko picked up the first mid kill, but can Vexite do this again? I mean, he has provided. He sees the shoulder, drops the bomb, but point blank Inter's prevails. It's the B site here for Cloud9. Grayhound have to work over aliStair and Liaz. These two hit hard, and bomb gets stopped. Now Inter's needs to clutch yet again, or Grayhound secure 15, and Liaz silently slips through, but he makes a little bit of sound. Inter's hones in, but the Aussies got it. 15 to Grayhound. 2 match points to send Cloud9 down to the 0-2 group.
Oh, dreams are becoming a reality, and there is no money here for Cloud9. We're no longer tied. It's no longer 1-for-1. It's Grayhound with a 2-round lead, match point, and the ability to stop Cloud9 from grabbing a win today.
Oh, man. Listen, the sun's out in Australia, and the gun's out on the CT side.
The most amount of money here, Inters has 4,700, and then it's 4K or below.
Oh, Hobbit gets absolutely blasted.
They didn't even need to have that. They already had one crossed, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, they just could have tossed it, and another situation where an open door is an open avenue for Grayhound.
Because Inters comes through window.
Yeah.
He's already got footing on site.
They wanted to do a little bit more.
Oh.
They're falling apart in situations that Cloud9 have made so many of the best teams in the world fall apart in. And while it's uncharacteristic, it is incredibly impressive that Grayhound have already managed to do this tonight, reaching series point versus one of the best teams in the game and a team who have an outside chance of winning the entire major on paper, you know, before it begins. That would be the conversation around Cloud9. So they penny pinch, they put all their dollars together, and this is the best buy that they get. They still get the op on Shiro. Inters goes with no armor in order for Shiro to get that op.
A 5-round T side. 6 defuse wins already in this CT side for Grayhound. I mean, these have not come easily.
Yeah. Oh, this is a round. If you're Cloud9, you slow roll Grayhound as hard as you possibly can. I mean, you want them to think as much as possible.
Squeeze them.
Yeah. I think pressure is going to be your best friend. You're the team. You've been in the situation more than they have. But at the same time, Grayhound, what have we seen? Consistent proactivity, prophylaxis, opening up, aggressive frags. They've been on the move. They haven't been scared in the second half. In the first half is a far cry away. I mean, they don't look like the same team at all anymore.
Inter's prodding around in mid, again, unarmored. So running the risk that he loses his life, but at least for that sacred information, 30 seconds on this clock. aliStair floating between long doors and holding Cat. Ince is going to go over. He drops Hobbit. Inter is able to trade back despite having no Kevlar, but the long trade's there for aliStair, and he gets around the corner. 15 seconds, bombs on site. That's an easy plant for Shiro. 3v3.
Oh, Inters could make the difference.
Sicko on Cat, catches the kill. That was no armor for Inter's. Tough fight to take. Immediately shuffles Shiro into the bomb site. They have to fight versus long. aliStair, he's got that op at a distance. You'd think he just sits and waits, and he hits Shiro down to 15. Grayhound, they are that close, but Shiro continues to hold, and Nafany's gonna offer that second. A 30-round game looking likely. Pistols out for aliStair, and Cloud9 hold on.
Oh my God, they hold on, they recover the money, they bring it to round 30, and now it's becoming stressful. That was the chance for Grayhound. They just tore through Inters on Cat with no armor in a key position and had a perfect opportunity to lock this up. We had Axel sitting on the top of the site fighting in a pit with the Galil.
Made no sense.
It made no sense at all. And then when they shuffled positions after they realized they got away with murder on that, they got into better spots. Shiro takes out aliStair in round 30.
And the buy is busted.
Oh my God, they have nothing.
Scouts and 5-7s in a 4v5. Oh, the heart of Australia sinks.
OT is not what they want, of course. They have won the 4v5 without aliStair already once in this half, but not with guns like this behind it. Oh, man.
Unbelievable hold on that
I can't
site.
believe they figured that out. They did figure out, like they were on a chessboard, the perfect shuffle after making a grave error and getting away with it.
The most grueling part of that is the Shiro versus aliStair op duel down long.
Yeah.
aliStair hits
Gets
him.
the tag through single box.
Puts him on 15 health. If that's Shiro down, then what left
He
for
had to clutch.
Cloud9?
There was nothing.
That close. A grueling moment of millimeters.
Well, we continue on into OT with the CT side for Grayhound, of course.
Get the money back, get the ball rolling, and keep on fighting. But a desperate little 2v5 here to close out the half. Cloud9, I mean, pushed to their absolute limits. And Grayhound, holy hell.
Jesus.
From a 5-10 first half to clawing this one all the way to OT. Poor Sicko. He's got a smoke to try and work with, but he's already flanked from Catwalk, so he's a dead man. We got a knife out. Shiro's gonna stab him. Look at this. You want OT? Just take it. It's his. Shiro puts a quick end to it all, and Cloud9, their job continues.
Wow. I mean, that was just an insane ride all the way through into that second half. I mean, it's a mixture of disappointment here for Cloud9. Impressive stuff from Grayhound. And storylines here. I mean, for Vexite coming in to put up some key plays versus one of the best teams you could possibly do it against. I mean, that says a lot for this roster.
Well, 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 believe it or not, folks, here we are in overtime between Cloud9 and Grayhound, because everybody saw this coming.
Yeah, well, what would be even more impressive in finishing this in 30 rounds would be doing it in OT, because obviously Cloud9 get a mental break, talk about everything that went wrong, and you know, if they're playing lucid, good CS, of course, this game would have been close in the first place, obviously. But in OT, they get, obviously, a huge advantage. So, well, at least for Grayhound, they continue on with the CT side, where I think we definitely saw the best of their gameplay here on Dust2. And if they close out with a very strong CT side, then there should absolutely still be hope. So why don't we go ahead and take a look and see if history will be made today.
Ooh.
Interesting. Hobbit walking right under the scope, but he can actually just pop up because it's not being covered. And the flashes here to combine with that peek, it's really perfectly executed.
Vexite up next. He's going to find nothing. So it's Nafany with the opening 2, and Hobbit sees the trail along Catwalk to pressure this A site. Sicko has an answer. But so does Hobbit, sure enough, man.
Oh, he's not stopping now.
Oh, he does not want to lose this map. 32 kills at the moment, and continuing to pressure Liaz back around the long corner. axile's going to find that contact, and it's an easy 16 for Cloud9.
We did not see a T round that easy in regulation.
Nope.
Straight up from Cloud9. They had to work way harder each and every time. So that one really fell into their lap, and it was all started off this play, this creep down mid. Something a little different with some time to talk. Hobbit at the tip of the spear. And a perfect flashbang in the default, and of course a mistake there from Grayhound having that scope stick out with no one covering the top of middle. Oh, on the corner, and Sicko will get a parting gift here on his way over to B, just like old times.
Ooh, fun. Axile hanging onto the box.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be really happy to see this molly when you go for this boost quickly enough. CTs can get lazy, or simply forget. But they're not pushing all the way through this time around.
Not far off the mark, but Vexite, no damage.
Quick in the middle once again here. But obviously with Axile on long, you can tell the split's going to end towards A. They usually don't use him as a hard lurker in that sense. Thing is, they don't know about him.
Got that Grayhound 3 Aileen. Clash for middle.
They're not getting a lot of info from Grayhound, but they're getting a lot of map control, so it might not matter.
Oh, nice clean one from Ince.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Shiro.
deep angle. Shiro just goes wide on it.
Quick trade. What's the adjustment? Back into the catwalk. They'll grab that bomb. So, as intended from the get-go, looking like the A split.
That was the one folly of Vince's position. He had an off angle that was really good, but it was also so committed, he couldn't fall back after that kill.
Right. Very much stuck on that aisle. Sent packing. aliStair. Nice. Posts the op right back up. And Hobbit will not cross for free. We're down to the 20-second mark, and that's allowed for reinforcements to arrive. We have Vexite coming out of the CT spawn, but a little crab walk, a little head tuck. And sure enough, Shiro, he's going to work that all the way to site. So bomb plant squeezed out of this one. Vexite's on the ramp. It's not being covered by Inters. And Shiro, he's now stuck, but he'll deliver with the op. Then Axile able to strike down Sicko as he comes in through that door, and I love that. Shiro thinking he could have dropped down and caught him off, but instead aliStair finds the kill, and Grayhound takes 16.
But how did aliStair see him? That wasn't a smoke kill.
Yeah, kill feeds lied?
Did it lie?
It must have been.
Man, he must have taken an incredible shot there through the smoke. I think it was still fresh. And Shiro, he definitely made noise, so that makes sense.
He's in the corner, so like...
Yeah. I have no idea. I mean, on the smoke, maybe it didn't come up right then. I'm not sure. I thought it was full bloom, though, however.
And he felt really tucked in the corner, so even if... Ah, damn.
No, I mean, he was exposed to long, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. That's insane, but Grayhound went right back to it. But winning another round. Evened up now.
Oof, that's all that matters. Grayhound able to just hold on for dear life at that A site. Axile's long corner gets the flanker, but nothing forward. And with this round, someone takes the edge into the second half of OT.
We see the exact same thing. Philosophy this OT has just been about quick mid control with multiple players. Trying not to overthink this one. Last round started off with a deep off angle from inside of mid. This time it's Vexite, and he's made cameos all over the place, whether it's been on cat, inside of B, playing total flex. Ooh, oh, that's a great punish. They try to run through that Molotov to cheat at timing, and it cost him his life. aliStair isn't mollied off of his position on the perch.
Hobbit waiting for some kind of a movement.
They
from
still
window.
have confirmation of the op towards A with mid control here from Hobbit, so lots of pressure right now on the 2 CTs holding.
Try to press out. Got a whole collection of utility here. Sicko on the plat, and they're met by smoke.
Yeah.
Hobbit starting to wiggle around in middle, but again, right, just kind of, oh my God, for a second, Sicko turned away, gets his vision back in line in the nick of time, and it's gonna fall into the 2v5 from Hobbit and Shiro. Hard hitters as far as C9 are concerned, but down they go with ease. 5 up for Grayhound and an edge at the end of the first half.
2 out of 3, man. They actually won that. I mean, that attack is 4v2 on the B site. They can't ask for a better situation. That's literally Cloud9 locking in everything into place. They lose one player. They know that aliStair is confirmed on A, and Grayhound don't do anything interesting on the A site. They don't re-aggress for cat control. They don't group up into CT spawn. They let Hobbit sit there, throw a late grenade, and smoke out CT, and his teammates are trying to take tunnels. They end up having to jump through a smoke and neither get a kill, even with flashes behind it. So there's really just no excuses in that spot.
And with that one, it's par for the course, right? Grayhound, 5-round, T-half in regulation. They met that quota in OT. It's been some time since we saw him on the offense. But let's go back to what that was, right? For anybody who's just catching up as this game goes on, it was a pretty uninspired T-side from Grayhound. It was timidness around every push.
Yeah, they got melted down. They could easily get 3-0'd in the second half. It feels like a long time ago, but Grayhound, if they've got a renewed sense of confidence, we want to see some new T-side gameplay from them.
And an earned sense of confidence off of that second half comeback. So it's pressure up catwalk. In fact, they drop. Vexite gets snapped down on by Shiro. So if you thought this was going to be easy, there's a reality check. Ince chucking out flashes and throwing himself downwards, but he's got Hobbit to deal with point blank. And so again, it's just kind of this one kill and a stutter step from Grayhound that could very well feed them into the scope of Shiro. He finds aliStair. Liaz tries to cross over and finally footing the way of Grayhound, but a nade on its mark. And this is fantastic for Cloud9. Near flawless, as only Axile takes damage. Grayhound fed to the meat grinder.
Oh, that was tough, man. The spacing was really poor there. Too many open shots for Shiro, dying on the same place as this op came back on cycle. That wasn't a great sign. 2 players jumping into CT spawn, staggered. Shiro hits a great shot here on Vexite. I thought he pre-aimed it. He made it look so fast. I was like, wow, he's actually just aiming low just in case, but well, it's well handled. It's maybe a different round if Vexite finds his. Looks like we might have an issue here before we start this next round of OT.
Well, quick and easy is the restart.
Yeah. Not a great execution, and unfortunately reminds us a lot about how the first half of the game went. So that looked like seriously just a problem of dry running. And sometimes it can be just a flash that comes your way that's incredibly well placed that just screws you up entirely. You're a guy who's throwing nades, you're a player who's trying to jump, whatever it is, if he wasn't playing anti-flash on the jump, which he should be. Something like that messes everything up and it causes a chain reaction, a butterfly effect, if you will. But I'm not gonna say that that was a random occurrence. Like, again, it was a little bit too easy for Cloud9 on their defense last time around. And if we're in a best of 1, this comes down to Dust2 and Grayhound want to be here. Not driving enough cannot be an excuse for that. That's where it's not so good.
Did just kind of feel a little uninspired, right? When the first player goes down, the second tries to just repeat.
It's just spacing, right? If Shiro has 2 players crossing at the exact same time and they don't literally get collided, then they gain some space. If Shiro gets a kill and they can hold his op and the second guy hasn't crossed yet, then you haven't made any progress, you've cost a player. And you can lose 1 or 2 if you get that bomb down, your advantage is now the post plant, and you can threaten Shiro for more angles. But if you can't get there, What have you got? But still, we look at Grayhound in the lead.
Yeah. But a daunting
Wait, is that
side.
accurate, actually? 2
No,
round of the
it's
first half and then 1. It's 17 all, yeah.
Yeah. Lies. As we hit the old brick wall of the tech pause. It's meant to test your metal, folks.
Yeah, they also, Grayhound also had an affinity for cat, like a lot of cat plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Man, I'm still pretty impressed with Vexite. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of have a sense of the Grayhound formula, but Vexite shows up with them at this major, and despite, I think, you know, occasional struggles, it's not like he's up there in terms of just the quantity of kills, but the guy plays everywhere.
He plays
we literally
everywhere.
saw him in almost every position on that CT side, and, you know, flashes in the pan, good success, good cat holds, window impact, even long support from time to time. So, Cloud9.
Yeah, what's cool about it is the fact that he can figure out timings and feel comfortable swinging on a team like Cloud9 when he feels like it's right. And I don't think we ever saw him sitting in his spot and just waiting for the duel to come to him and just getting blasted sitting in a corner. That just almost never happened to him. And that's pretty much the highest praise I think you can give him at this point, because it can be really intimidating, of course, to play against a team like Cloud9, let alone at a literal major.
Six out of the 10 rounds that Grayhound are able to pick up on that CT side in regulation, of course, by way of defuse. So, I mean, bro, playing by the skin of their teeth at times. But I feel like we saw it early in aliStair, right? The fire when they picked up Pistol, when he had his multi-kill from Carr. You know, he was the first player on Grayhound to be red in the face with cheers, and that momentum, that energy, it followed through. Can't lose sight of what they're fighting for. A map win on the line versus one of the world's bests. Here we go, back into the action. Grayhound, they've got aliStair down to 16 health. And man, I've got to say, towards the end of regulation, they were losing aliStair at the start of these rounds, and it really feels like that could be a deadly formula. Once again, he is the victim of Cloud9's 5v4.
Ooh, Karamali comes down, but they've already evacuated. They don't even have to use a smoke on that because they've got it 5v4. They don't need to hold on to long control. With that death grip that you normally see. Another game where Shiro has been farming, and it would be the second game of the day. Shiro over 35 kills and potentially loses. That's an injustice. That would be an injustice if it were to happen. The last one went OT as well. Certainly not feeling their best. Smoke's coming down on the cross, and this is obviously a more classic position here for Grayhound with a lower lurker, and Liaz, who gets spotted, comes out for the duel. Confident swing, but he ends up dying.
Yeah, Nafany ready and waiting for that one. So 2 players of C9 low, but all 5 still stand. Vexite! Oh, that's what we're talking about. When he decides to push, oh no.
Oh no.
Tech issues in a round that's live. Sicko, he catches the kill on the flank, and with that, it puts Inters into a 1v2.
Oh yeah, and it's.
Oh man.
Oh no, that's not the way to go.
I mean, listen,
Unfortunately,
this
we'll
one's
see
live.
what Inters can do in this position.
He clutches this, no problem. Int gets it on the ramp, and Grayhound secure 18.
Wow.
Oh god damn.
With Shiro at elbow. Damn, that's after that Vexite push as well into CT spawn, which is honestly, that still gave them odds. But Jesus, to happen to Shiro of all people right now. That is rough.
What a push, dude.
Yes, yeah, to talk about everything we were talking about with Vexite and how he'll take initiative. He just knows when to make an aggressive move happen. And there to get 2 frags in overtime. No one tells him to push at that moment. He tells himself to do that.
Right. Takes it into his own hands.
Oh, but holy hell.
Yeah,
this is a game. Like, Cloud9 closes this out. They're still not sleeping happy. I don't think they are.
Well, Grayhound will take it. It just sucks because that is such a sick play from Vexite. Such a good moment for that, you know? And it's like if Shiro still has a fighting chance to maybe lock down the bomb site, then we can look at that round and be like, hell yeah, Vexite goes huge, and I don't want to take anything away from him, but that third one's free. You wonder if Shiro's already starting to calm that, you know, he is down. Could have frazzled the players coming out of spawn. Who knows, man? But that's reality for you. 18 for Grayhound. Shame. But 18 for Grayhound and 1 to go for Cloud9. You want to fight for it, try to bring it back into double OT. Vexite comes at it again. Just like last round, swinging. aliStair finds Inters with the headshot. It's a 5 versus 3. And then Nafany's going to try to put up some sort of a B-site defense. With the smoke, it'll stall things.
They wanted to go potentially straight into that hit, but Nafany catches one at the choke point. There's a molly in the site behind him that he can go and grab for a little bit of extra utility. Shiro, second chance at life, controlling the mid-rotation as well. And it looks like one will walk right into his scope. And now it's a 3v3.
He knows there's 2 here as well. Oh, but Liaz gets the headshot.
Oh boy.
Man advantage. 2 kills away from a win at the major.
Yeah.
And Cloud9 sent down to the likes of Imperial, 0-0 Nation. Whew.
Another incendiary picked up here from Nafany, and a good amount of utility, but we'll see how the spread works. Axel's got an interesting position, one that could come down to timings, and the man who has been all about timings is Vexite himself. This is significant pressure on Axel, and he can't see it. It's invisible. 2 players coming up. Inns gets him. It's all on to Nafany.
That's all that's left. The in-game leader of C9, the man who he himself, prior to this match going live, says that when it comes to BO1s, anyone can beat anyone, refused to say that Cloud9 would win this map. And what do you know? Without his 1v3, it is the Aussies with a map win, but he at least catches Liaz first. It's him down to 46 health. It's a deep position from Vexite. It's Inns on the top of ramp, and it's a crossfire that Nafany simply cannot crack. He is stuck in the open, stranded and desperate, and Grayhound just 1 bullet landing away. They have done it over Cloud9. A BO1 victory on Dust2 as C9 sent down to the O2 group.